There's new research on how what you eat can affect how you sleep. Study finds that just one day of eating foods high in saturated fat and sugar, but low in fiber, could mean lighter and more disrupted rest. Michael Breus is a clinical psychologist, and he's also a specialist in sleep medicine, and he joins us once again at the table. Always good to see you, Dr. Breus.
Always great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So we all know cupcakes aren't good right before you go to bed, but who knew it could affect your sleep?
Well, it's kind of interesting. This study was quite fascinating because they had people on a controlled diet, and then they let them loose for a day, and then they wanted to see how it affected their sleep. And on the controlled diet, their sleep actually looked pretty good. And the second they let people loose to make their own food decisions, took longer to fall asleep, you got less slow wave sleep, and more arousals, meaning the quality of that sleep went down pretty significantly.
What physiologically is happening because of that?
Well, we're guessing because we don't know 100% for sure, but we think that the increase in the sugars and the fats actually move your circadian rhythm. So remember your internal biological clock, it kind of turns people into night owls, and it pushes their melatonin production later, which makes it more difficult to fall asleep.
And what does fiber do that is beneficial?
Well, fiber does a lot of things that are beneficial for us. We need fiber.
Doesn't it get things moving?
It does get things moving, which is absolutely true.
And there's lots moving down there.
Yeah, well, there's lots of places to get fiber too, not just kind of the traditional things. There's beans, there's legumes, there's Brussels sprouts, there's broccoli, even some fruits like blackberries, raspberries, pears. So it actually is something that you can put into your diet on a regular basis and make yourself sleep a lot better.
So if it has huge consequences over one day of sleeping, what is a long time effect?
That's the real question here, right? So this was a very controlled study, and we know what happens in one day, but what we don't know is if we're not eating really well for long periods of time, could this be something that's underlying a lot of people's sleep problems? In my practice, I'm often asking people about their diet because, remember, when you don't sleep well, it's very difficult to lose weight. I actually had that book about it, The Sleep Doctor's Diet Plan. And so pretty interesting stuff now that we're thinking, wow, diet really can have a significant effect in the other direction as well.
Yeah. If we sleep less, we also eat more.
Exactly. It turns out our cravings for all kinds of high-fat, high-carb foods increase because we're trying to get serotonin in our system to calm us down.
Thank you, Michael Breus. Good
Thank
to see you. My mom always says, have a PB&J and a glass of milk. It'll always help.
PB&J and a glass of milk right before you go to bed?
Yeah, it'll help you sleep better.
Man.